Breaking news! One thing is for sure, things are not looking good for the Browns, and changes had to happen. With that in mind, a change was just confirmed, and it has generated a lot of buzz on the web. I'll give you all the details firsthand, so be sure to click the like button and subscribe to stay informed. And at the end, leave your opinion in the comments if it was the right decision. Now, let's talk about what's happening in Cleveland. We're in the middle of a tough season, and the changes just keep happening. Today, the Browns made 5 roster moves and are shaking things up even more with the big trade of Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. Yes, you heard right, Amari Cooper is officially out, and it's definitely a sign of where things are headed for our team. Cooper, one of our top offensive weapons, is now headed to Buffalo, and in return we're getting a 2025 third-round pick and a 2026 seventh-round pick. Not bad, but it's hard to see a star like him leaving. Andrew Berry, our GM, didn't wait until the trade deadline to start making these moves. He sent Cooper away with a 2025 sixth-round pick and brought back those draft picks to help build for the future. Cooper has had some big moments with us. Remember that 2023 playoff run? He was a big part of that. But as Berry said in his statement, the Browns appreciated Cooper's hard work and professionalism, and we all saw what he brought to the field. So why the trade now? Well, the Browns are 1-5, and the playoffs are looking more like a dream than a reality. And let's be real, Cooper wasn't going to be around long without a new deal. The team didn't give him an extension this offseason, and with free agency looming, it was time to make a move. Better to get something now than lose him for nothing later, right? Now, as for the rest of the roster moves, Nick Harris is going on injured reserve, which means he's out for the season. We also added wide receiver/kick returner James Proche II and C. Cameron Tom to the practice squad. Tom has been in the league since 2017 and brings some experience, but what really intrigues us is the release of Siaki Ika, our third-round pick from last year. He's been on and off the practice squad, and now he's out once again. Gary Brightwell, another player on the practice squad, has also been released. It's been a wild ride for Ika. A year after being drafted in the 3rd round, he was cut when the team went down to the initial 53-man roster. He went unclaimed, and we brought him back to the practice squad after week 1, but it looks like his time in Cleveland may truly be over now. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Is this the right move? Was the Cooper trade a sign that the Browns are officially in rebuilding mode? Or do you think Berry has something up his sleeve for the rest of the season? It's hard to say where we'll go from here, but it's clear that changes are afoot. If the season ended today, where would the Browns be drafting? Well, Browns fans, it's been a rough start. At 1-5, we're already hearing talk about drafting, which is crazy considering we're only halfway through the season. But with the recent trade of Amari Cooper, it feels like we're already looking to the future, especially since we have a first-round pick for the first time in 4 years. Based on the current standings, the Browns would be drafting 2nd overall if the season ended today. Yes, 2nd overall. The only team ahead of us in the draft order right now? The New England Patriots, who are also 1-5. Joining us in the top 5 are Jacksonville, Carolina, and the Los Angeles Rams, none of whom are having great seasons either. Now, with Deshaun Watson struggling, that 2nd overall pick could put us in prime position to draft one of the best quarterbacks in the 2025 class. But of course, there's still plenty of football to be played. 11 games, to be exact, and anything can happen between now and then. Our draft position will definitely change depending on how the rest of the season goes. Just to put things in perspective, the last time the Browns picked in the top 10 was in 2020, when we drafted Jedrick Wills Jr. with the 10th pick. And if you recall, we haven't been in the top 5 since we selected Baker Mayfield number 1 overall in 2018. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Are we headed for a top-tier draft pick, or do you think there's still a chance we could make a move this season? After the Browns made the decision to trade Amari Cooper, analysts are talking about what it means for the team's future. The trade sent Cooper and a 2025 6th-round pick to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for a 2025 3rd-round pick and a 2026 7th-round pick. So what's next? It's starting to look like the Browns are shifting their focus to rebuilding, and this trade could be just the beginning. Now, here's where things get interesting. Analyst Daryl Reuter took a closer look at what other players could be on the move after this season, and his list is revealing. 9 Browns players are set to become free agents in March, and some of those names are big names for the team. We're talking about guys like RB Nick Chubb, WR Elijah Moore, and LT Jedrick Wills Jr., just to name a few. Chubb, in particular, has Browns fans wondering what's next, especially with him looking ready to return to action after his knee injury last year. He's been a key pillar for this team, and his potential free agency is definitely something to watch. On defense, you have Maurice Hurst and Zadarius Smith, both key players who could be on their way out. Hurst has struggled with injuries, and with the team drafting DT Mike Hall Jr. earlier this year, there's a chance the Browns are ready to let Hurst go. And let's not forget the quarterback situation. Jameis Winston is also on the list of potential free agents. While he hasn't been a factor this season, his future with the team remains uncertain. So, what do you think, Browns fans? With 9 players potentially hitting free agency, could we see a major rebuild in 2025? The Cleveland Browns made some significant moves this week, starting with placing center Nick Harris on injured reserve after he broke his ankle during Sunday's tough loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. This injury is a big blow, especially since Harris was filling in for Ethan Pocic, who was sidelined with a knee injury. And just when we thought things couldn't get any more intense, the Browns also traded their star wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. In return, they received a 3rd-round draft pick for next April, along with a couple of late-round pick swaps. These moves are generating a lot of buzz among fans as the team shifts its strategy. To fill the void left by Harris and Cooper, the Browns re-signed wide receiver James Proche II and added offensive lineman Cameron Tom. Proche is a familiar face. He was released just a few days ago, but he brings with him some valuable experience. He's played in 4 games this season and has been solid on punt returns, averaging 9.2 yards per return. As for Tom, he brings a wealth of experience, having played in 14 career games with various teams, including the New Orleans Saints and Los Angeles Chargers. If Pocic is unable to play Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, we could see Tom step in, or he could be a backup to Michael Dunn, who replaced Harris in the Philadelphia game. But that's not all. The Browns also made some changes to their practice squad, releasing running back Gary Brightwell and defensive tackle Siaki Ika, a 2023 3rd-round draft pick. So, Browns fans, what do you think of these latest moves? Are you worried about the depth of the offensive line with Harris out, or are you excited to see how Proche can contribute again? Let us know what you think in the comments. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Cleveland Browns updates. With all these changes, will the story change? Do our Browns still have a chance? Let's keep the faith in our team until the end. Go Browns!